Today we're going to practice creating a box plot. In 7th grade, you probably learned of this concept as a box and whisker plot. It's the same thing, just by a different name. The first thing that you always do is you put your data in order. Now, I've done this ahead of time for us, but I want you to notice that after I put the data in order, before I started my box plot, I counted how many numbers there were in the original set. There was 12 numbers in the original set, and there's 12 numbers in my ordered set, so therefore I didn't miss any numbers. It's super important to do that check, because if you miss a number, all of your answers are going to be off. Now there's 12 numbers, which means there's not one median. The median is between two values. So half of 12 is 6, so if I count my first 6 values, the median should be between 21 and 22. If I check after that value, I also see 6 values, so I know that that's my median. Halfway between 21 and 22 is 21.5. So that is my quartile 2. That is one of my 5-number summary. Now, underneath that, I have 6 values. So when I find quartile 1, it's going to be after the first 3 values, because half of 6 is 3. So if I draw my next line here, I can see that there's 3 values below and 3 values above. So my quartile 1 is 16. The same thing holds true for the upper half, so I should go 3 values, and then I should find my median, my upper half median. Now notice it's between 28 and 28. That does not make my upper half median 28.5. The only number between 28 and 28 is 28, so that is my quartile 3. I also need to write down my lower extreme and upper extreme. My lower extreme is 10, that is my smallest value. My upper extreme is 35 because that is my biggest value. Now I'm ready to start my box and whisker plot. You're going to create a number line starting with your smallest value and going to your biggest value. So my smallest value is 10. Because I'm going between 10 and 35, that's a fairly small data set. I'm just going to go by ones and make a big ticky mark every 5 to help me organize my number line. So as I start to create my number line, make sure that you're keeping your intervals neat. And in this case, I seem to have gone over a little bit with my number line, so I'm just going to go up to 40 and ignore the last little bit. When I create my box and whisker plot, it can go above or below, so it does not matter. I'm going to plot my lower extreme with a little whisker. I'm going to plot my upper extreme also with a little whisker, so 10 and 35. Then I'm going to put dots around my 3 quartiles. So quartile 1 is 16. I'm going to put a dot there. Quartile 2 is 21.5, so halfway between 21 and 22. If you need to trace up to help you find it, you can do so with very small dots. That's 21.5 and then 28. Now that I have the basic points down, I draw a box around my upper 3 quartiles. Okay, and then I draw a line down my center quartile. So this is the box. Connect that to the whiskers and to the extremes, and you have your whiskers. So this is a box and whisker plot. Remember that 25% of the data is found inside of each quartile. So each of these quartiles contains 25% of the data. Interquartile range is the middle 50% of the data. It is the data located within this box. So we're going to call this the interquartile range. Remember that range just means difference of values. So if I want to find the interquartile range, I want to find the difference between the highest and lowest of the interquartile points. Well, my highest point is Q3, quartile 3, and my lowest point is Q1 in this middle 50%. So if I wanted to find the interquartile range, which we often abbreviate as IQR, all I have to do is take Q3 minus Q1. So over here, Q3 is 28, Q1 is 16, 28 minus 16 is 12, so that is my interquartile range. This box plot has a 5-number summary that you then put into a box and whisker plot to calculate the interquartile range.